Hi, I'm Karen, and welcome to this is Dream Your Way to Health, Wealth, and Wisdom. I invited you to this Google Hangout today so that we could talk about dreams and what dreams can do for you, how you can utilize your dreams to the best of your abilities to capitalize on the information that you derive from your dreams. When I look at the space of dreaming and using your dream information, it's vast. And so I wanted to share some information that I have and that I've collected over the years from my dreams with you so that you could open up your awareness perhaps to more of your spiritual energy and start to be able to use your dreams for yourself. And if you have never been on one of my Google Hangouts or taken one of my classes, I'll just give you a brief introduction to myself. I'm a clairvoyant healer, and I have been a spiritual mentor for over 30 years. I've founded 3 different intuitive schools in Southern California, and currently my school that I teach out of is online now, and it's called Unleash Your Ultimate Potential. Now, as I was saying, I started studying my dreams about 30 years ago. And through this process of paying attention to my dreams over the years, I have gathered some information. And a lot of the information is universal that can be shared with anyone. Now, the first thing that I was going to talk about is what are dreams really? And what your dreams are all about is a way for you to energetically and spiritually express yourself. When we go into our dream state, we are moving a lot of our spiritual energy actually out of our body and moving into a different plane of energy, if you will. And that plane of energy is called the astral, also known as dreaming. And when we do this, we also have the ability to explore the cosmos, the stars, what's out there beyond this planet, beyond this universe. And you also can explore other universes as well as relationships with others, some of your spiritual agreements. And also in your dreams, you have a certain sense of neutrality to looking back at yourself. So this space of dreaming can be very helpful in healing yourself. And I will get into that a little bit later. And also the most important thing that I wanted to talk about with dreams is that dreaming is the very beginning of your creative process. And what we know about our creative process is that you have to have your energy in your body to create anything that you want to have. And how we create is by taking an idea and turning it into a clearly defined picture or image of us acting out that idea. And the dreaming state is where you begin the inception of your idea. So you could say that dreaming is where all of your imagination comes from. And I wanted to also tell you that there are some great methods for interpreting your dreams. And you can find answers to some questions that maybe you've been having a difficult time getting answers for while you're in your body during the day. And then also you can use your dreams to help you during your daytime hours by taking some of the information that you learn in your dreams and using it during the day. So you might be surprised to know that dreaming and recollecting your dreams, as I said, was the first step to your creative process. And in order to create, that step of imagination is absolutely necessary to begin any new creation. I like talking about creating things a lot because that's really why we came here as spirits in bodies, is to create. We are very creative beings. And so learning as much as you can about your creative energy and how to utilize it, how to direct it into what you really want to create is very important in order for you to accomplish your spiritual goals this lifetime. So we all came here with spiritual goals this lifetime, and learning how to optimize your creative energies is extremely helpful for being able to accomplish your goals. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about a couple of different spaces. So your dreams actually are comprised of what I like to call different components. And there are three main components that I'm going to be talking about. And those components consist of your astral body. This is the energetic body that you use to go out into the dream space with. And I like to call it the vehicle that you travel in. And we're also going to talk a little bit about your astral house, which is I think, a really exciting topic because I've actually learned a lot working in my astral house. So I want to pass on some of that information to you. And then also we'll talk a little bit about astral travel and what that is and how it can help you. So with your astral body, this is actually a part of you. You have your physical body and you have your spiritual body, and they work together in your lifetime. They have to be able to communicate with each other. So your astral body is an aspect of your energetic body, and it is specifically used to go out, roam about, and gather information, learn new things, communicate with others in. There are many, many different aspects of using your astral body. And we're going to be focusing on that in the series that I have coming up on dreams. So your astral body is a way for you to look at your life and what you're currently working on, and whether it's creating or destroying or problem solving or socializing or healing. These are all aspects of what we try to do in the daytime, but we can learn about them in our nighttime dreams and find some answers for some of the things that we might be struggling with during the day. Your astral body actually is a representation of you, and it reflects your energy. So if I were to look at you clairvoyantly and look at you and your energy and your astral body would reflect back to me some of the energies that you are using to create with, and some of the energies that might be blocking you from creating. So our astral bodies are a wonderful way to look at where we might be holding foreign energy that would cause us to not be able to create to our maximum capacity. In the years that I've been doing healings, most of all the healings that I do direct healing on a person's astral body. And that's because that's really getting to the source of where foreign energy is stuck in your energetic body. So when you do healing work on your astral body, it's very powerful indeed. And that healing will go through the astral body and then kind of filter on down through the layers of energy down into your physical body. So your astral body is a very high vibration, whereas your physical body is a lower, denser vibration. Something kind of interesting about doing healings on your astral body is that it takes actually a couple of days for the healings to kick in, so to speak, because that healing that you do in the astral body is done at such a high vibration. It takes a couple of days for all of the release of foreign energy to come out of you on a cellular level. So sometimes it could take anywhere from 2 to 7 days to process out the foreign energy that you clear when healing yourself in your astral body. I'm going to move on now to give you a little overview of something I call your astral house. And I don't think you'll find a lot of information out there about it. It's a very real thing. And again, I've been learning about astral houses for a lot of years now. And I'll tell you, the first time I ever learned about an astral house was I had a dream once about going to see my grandmother. And my grandmother at this point in my life was not well. And I had spent a lot of dreams working on things in her house, her physical house. So I would go to her house or her image of her house in my dream space and work out a lot of things, problems or play, enjoy myself, initiate my imagination. So a lot of what I was doing in her house in my dreams. So one day I went to her house and I knocked on the door to go see Grammy, and my mother answered. And my mother said, she's not here anymore. And in the dream, it really disturbed me because I didn't know where my grandmother had gone. And after I woke up, I thought a long time about it. And what I realized was that my grandmother had been pulling her energy out of her body and getting ready to take her next step. And my mother was now taking over her astral house for her while she was wrapping up her steps to take, or wrapping up her agreements to take her next step out of the body. And that was a very profound dream for me because it made me realize that it wasn't my house that I was going to, number one. And that made me start thinking about, well, where's my house and why am I always going to somebody else's house when I want to work through something? So that started me paying attention to the space that I would go to, or the place, you could call it the place, that I would go to during my dreams in order to find answers, in order to create or to play and have fun. And it was interesting because there were a period of many years where I switched from my grandmother's house over to my mother's astral house. And a lot of what I was doing happened in her astral house. And that was until I started putting together enough of my awareness about my dream space that I could start creating my own astral house, which was very exciting because when you get to visit your astral house, it can tell you a lot about how you create, what the things that you like, and where you are in your creative process. So your astral house is actually a very profound place that you go to when you dream. And gaining awareness of it will actually help you a lot in your day-to-day life, and it will help teach you more about yourself and how you're creating, and in particular, whether or not you are creating independence for yourself or if you are still operating your creations and creating through group agreements. So that's what I find very fascinating about the astral house. The next thing that I want to talk to you about is called astral travel. And astral travel is actually how you take your astral body and you use that, as I was saying earlier, as a vehicle to move around in. So astral traveling is your ability to bring all of your awareness to a different place, and it could be a different place in time or in a different plane of energy. It could be in a different space, like not what you see here on this planet. It could be an imaginary place. It could be another universe. It could be many different things. And traveling is your ability to leave your physical body and take enough of your spiritual energy out of it to go and travel in it. Daydreaming actually refers to astral travel during the day. When you are daydreaming, a part of you, I should say a part of your astral body, is actually out and about and not anchored into your body at that point. So when we're daydreaming, everybody's daydreamed, and you know how you can be kind of half in, half out. There's a part of you that has some awareness of your physical body, but then there's another part of you that's dreaming, and that's the part of you that is traveling outside of your body. Astral travel is a great way to expand your imagination, which actually helps in your overall creative process. Because when you travel in the astral, you'll get to see many different things that you wouldn't see here on planet Earth. As I was saying, you can call this imagination, or you can call it other planes of energy, other universes, but you'll be exposed to a lot of different things, and oftentimes creative ideas and innovations and inventions come from astral travel. I used to travel a lot in my dreams to other places, other universes and other places to study their fashion. because for a long time I was very interested in fashion, and I would go to these different places and view how different bodies would wear clothing and coverings, and look at different fabrics and kind of materials that were used for fabrics. And I had a lot of fun doing that. And I learned a lot about other universes and fashion and what other energies are out there in different spaces, because that's actually another thing that you can learn from your astral travels, is that there are other energies that you might not be familiar with here in your life on this planet that you can learn about in your dreams on the astral. And astral traveling is also really great for one other thing, and that's reuniting yourself with friends that you've lost, or friends that have passed on and no longer have their physical bodies. So astral travel, you can actually do what's called mock up, seeing somebody that you want to see. And mocking them up is having a mindful and intentional desire to go see a specific person. And this is where it's fun to start determining what you do with your dreams. So this is something that I've practiced and been able to do many, many times. And it's actually very rewarding to know that you can tell yourself that you'd like to go see somebody and then actually be able to go see them that night and come back with a memory of what you conversed about. So that's very exciting. One of the people who is most famous for astral travel is a psychic known as Edgar Cayce. Edgar Cayce was probably the most well-documented psychic that we have so far. He used to practice doing healings on his patients and clientele, and every single one of his healings was chronicled by either his wife or son. And so there's many, many records of his healings that he did. So how he would do his healings is he would lie down and close his eyes, go into a light trance, and then go to the patient who he was going to heal. So regardless of whether that patient lived in town or somewhere far, far away, Edgar Cayce would go and use his astral body and go astral travel to them. And a lot of his communication that he gave during the healings actually had to do with the surroundings of the person that he was going to visit, so that there's a lot of documentation about him actually being able to see the inside of rooms, the inside of cabinets, products and medicines in a cabinet, and in places where he'd actually never physically gone to. So he's probably the best known for utilizing his astral travel in his healing practice. So that's a really fun thing to do. And you can actually train yourself to be aware of your astral travel. So that's something else that's fun to actually learn about. So there are a lot of many different things that you can do in your dream space. And I just wanted to kind of start the discussion for everybody with this introduction so that you could find out that it's more than just laying your head down at night and closing your eyes and sleeping. There is a whole world going on out there that is part of your energetic world. And you have a lot of waking hours where you are utilizing your spiritual body in your physical body. So why not open up your awareness to the part of you that is still very active during the nighttime hours, and that's still a part of your spiritual energy that you can utilize that information from your dreams in. I had a dream one night. It was it was when I wanted to go see an old boyfriend, and I astral traveled and wound up sitting on the edge of his bed and having a conversation with him. And that was because I had some things that I wanted to say to him that I was never given the opportunity to say. And sitting on the edge of his bed and having a conversation with him was as clear and real as if I was doing it right now in the body. And that's because I told myself before I went to sleep that night exactly what I was going to do. And because my communication with my astral body was good with my physical body, I was able to go do what I had told myself I was going to do, as well as have my memory of it when I came back. So that was a really exciting thing to be able to basically program myself with where I wanted to go and be able to have a conversation with this person that I never was able to have. And the funny thing about talking to somebody spirit to spirit is that they always will hear you. It might take them a little bit more time than if you had talked to them in the body. But when you do communicate spirit to spirit, that message that you are telling them will be received. Sometimes you have to wait a week, couple weeks, a month, maybe a couple months to get your answer back from them, but they do hear it. And so astral travel is very helpful that way. Astral travel is also where we might set up agreements with other spirits. And as I said before, those spirits could have bodies and they might not have bodies. And you might actually make agreements with spirits that are far away from here, and then be able to utilize some of the information in those agreements actually here in the body. There's lots and lots to do with your dreams and your dream space. And I'm going to give you a simple tip right now for one thing that you can do to remember your dreams. Because remembering your dreams actually has a lot to do with the wellness of your energetic body. So in order for you to be able to remember your dreams, there has to be a clear communication between you, the energetic body, and you, the physical body. Where that dream information lies is in a place called your third chakra, which is actually located in your solar plexus. Your third chakra is a spinning energy center that you have and everybody else has, and it holds some of your spiritual information. In this case, with dreams, it holds your out-of-body memory and the information that you would get from your dreams. So even though you might think that your memory of your dreams would come from here, your noggin, in actuality, it comes from down here, right underneath your rib cage, right at the top of your rib cage. If you put your fingers right there at the top of your rib cage, not on the rib cage, but right underneath it, that's your solar plexus. And that spinning energy center in there is what houses all of your dream memories. So I'm going to give you a special tip for one way to remember your dreams is in the morning, you're going to take your hand and you're going to lay it right here on top of your solar plexus while you're still in bed, waking up, and you're going to leave your hand there and let your hands start to absorb that information. It is a great way to re-stimulate whatever you were doing out on the astral in your dream and help you remember things. So I want you to try that tomorrow morning if you're interested in remembering your dreams. It's a great way to start to access that information on a regular basis. So you might want to try to incorporate that method into your morning practice. And over time, you will see that it becomes more and more easy to remember your dreams and be able to piece together what was going on in the dream and how it's pertinent to you in present time. So some of the things that I'm going to be going over or that I wanted to talk to you about are going to be covered in a lot more depth in a series that I have coming up. And the series is on dreams. And I've broken it down into 4 different classes so that we can spend a lot of time on each of the topics. So in class 1, we're going to be going over your astral body, and we'll go into a lot more detail about your astral body. And I'll also be showing you how you can heal your astral body. So that's very exciting. We're going to clean out the connection between the astral body and the third chakra, so that that particular class has a lot to do with remembering your dreams. Then the second class that I'm going to teach in this dream series will be on your astral house. That's a really fun class because I'll walk you through your astral house, and you'll get to take a look for yourself at what your astral house looks like, room by room. And I'm going to teach you how you can make some small shifts in energy to raise the vibration of your astral house so that you can be utilizing your creative energies in a more positive, productive way for yourself. We will heal each one of the rooms. And in the astral house class that I'm going to be teaching, you're going to learn a lot about where you go to create money. So that's really exciting. We're going to learn about the money room when we do the astral house class. In Astral Travel's class, that's the third one, we're going to be exploring astral travel and look at the many different things that you can do when you are traveling through the astral and gathering information. And one of the things we're going to do in this class is I'm going to help you collect up your spiritual energy that you may have left in who knows where during your astral travels. It's very possible that you've been traveling throughout the astral and you may have been leaving some of your spiritual energy in the different places that you've traveled to. And the best use of your spiritual energy is actually right here in the body. So we want to be able to collect that up and get it back into your body. And I've got some methods for you to learn how to improve your astral travel. Now, the last class is called Dream Machine. And this class has to do with putting all the pieces together so that you can really utilize your dream information. In order to start programming your astral space to do and work for you the way that you want it to, we have to establish clear communication first between the astral body and the physical body. So that's covered in class 1, the astral body. And we also need to know that where we go to create, to solve problems, to find inspiration, is a grounded space. So that is class 2, where we're going to look at the astral house. And then we're also going to learn about astral travel. In this 4th class, we put it all together and we start learning ways in how we can be mindfully directing our energy in our dreams to help us in any way that we want help, to profit from our dreams, to create relationships from our dreams, to find a mate in our dreams, to think of new projects, new products. I mean, you name it, the sky's the limit. The astral is where your imagination lies. And so in that 4th class, that's what we're going to be doing, is learning techniques to put it all together and utilize our dream space for its highest and best purpose. Now, I wanted to cover a couple of questions that were submitted to me beforehand, before I did this. I had a question before this class, and the question was, if I'm going to make a blueprint of anything, let's say to create anything, how do I clear the energy so that I can do that in my dream, but not bring energy into the dream? And that was a great question, because it really does have to do what I was talking about in how important it is to clear the communication between your astral body and your physical body. And some of that work that we're going to be doing in the dream series is cleaning out that 3rd chakra, that spinning energy center in your solar plexus, and really giving that a healing so that you can gather your memory and information and be able to have it and use it. That's going to require releasing foreign energy. And the question really had to do with, how do I release foreign energy so that I can remember my dreams? And so that class number 1 on the astral body will be a great place for you to start if you are like many, many people and do not remember your dreams. this is a great place to start, is learning about your astral body and being able to give it a healing to clear that communication space. Another question that I had was, why do I have nightmares? That's a really great question because we've all had nightmares, right? Well, I want to address nightmares because nightmares are a way for us as spiritual beings to work out energies that are plaguing us. I like that word, plaguing us, dogging us, bothering us, that we are trying to figure out a way to get out of or release. And a nightmare is a way for you to learn about different energy vibrations and find your seniority to them. So nightmares may be very, very unpleasant, but there's always messages in the nightmares. And also it gives you an opportunity to see an aspect of yourself that you might not be willing to look at in daytime. For instance, let's say that you happen to be carrying a lot of the energy vibration of punishment. I find that oftentimes healers don't even recognize when they're being punished because they're very conditioned to help other people and give to the point that they don't realize when they are being punished. And so let's say that you'd been punished by somebody and you never released that energy. Well, that energy of punishment still remains in your energetic body. And until you clear it, wherever that punishment energy resides in your energetic universe, it may very well inhibit you from being able to do something or be able to have one of your spiritual functions not work properly. For instance, if you had punishment energy stuck in your third chakra, where your astral body connects to your physical body, that might actually prevent you from being able to get clear communication from your dreams and not access the information that you're trying to get. So by learning about punishment energy, you can then clear it. So you might learn about the punishment energy from your nightmares because you may find that you get stuck in the same dream over and over and over that has to do with the same energy band or energy vibration. In this case, I'm talking about punishment. So you may find yourself fighting warriors on the astral night after night. And this is actually a way for you to look at what are some of the energies that you have not been able to clear in your daytime physical body that are affecting you to the point where you cannot get your energy vibration above punishment. So there are a lot of helpful things that you can learn about yourself from nightmares as easily as you can learn from a regular dream in which you're enjoying yourself. So that's my answer to that question. And I'm very anxious to field any other questions that you have about dreams. I can be reached at karinfogerty.com. And I spell my name Karin, and my last name is Fogerty. It's spelled Foggerty. So Karin at karinfogerty.com. I will answer all of your questions. And I do want to invite you to this 4-part series that I'm going to start next Wednesday night, starting at 6 p.m. Each class will be an hour and 15 minutes, and we'll get right to work and learn some very interesting things about your entire dream space. And each class, I will teach you how to do a particular healing, and you'll also get some tips and secrets about your dream space and your ability to utilize that information. Your dreams are actually far more than just a space of entertainment. They are a place where you can go to really change your life in whatever manner you would like to, and expand your friendships, find your imagination, create new jobs, find a partner, and get amazing creative ideas. It's unlimited. So here's this huge world of unlimited knowledge that you can tap into, and it's pretty darn easy to do. Learn a little bit about your energetic body and some of your energetic mechanics, and in no time at all, you'll be able to start interpreting your dreams for your best benefit and be able to learn some of the wonderful lessons that are available for you by interpreting your dreams and exploring all this new world out there in the astral. So I want to thank you very much for coming to my Google Hangout tonight. And you can find me at unleashyourultimatepotential.com. And again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to send me your question. I'm eager to answer them and very eager to share my dream information with you this coming month and next month. So starting next Wednesday night, I hope to see you in class. Thank you for joining me.